I want to make it clear to you that I didn't marry you for any personal gain, but for your help. At that time, the situation was such that I found this decision better and I agreed to marry you. You who were lost in suspicion and overthinking felt relieved after hearing that from Jungkook. You were standing silently, lost in your thoughts. Jungkook looked at you. Wine, sit down. If you don't want to stay with me in this room, I have no objection, but I don't want anyone to get a chance to talk about our private life. Jungkook had cleared everything up your appreciation and respect for Jungkook Dream. He had once again done you a favor, making you regret your conspiration. Walking slowly toward Jungkook, calling him in a remorseful tone, replied, "Yes, see it," he said while focusing on his search as you were twinkling your fingers nervously, trying to gather your courage. Jungkook paused his task, looking at you with questioning eyes. Jungkook, I want to ask for forgiveness from you on this day. No, wine. There's no need for that. You are free to express your opinion. It was my mistake. I should have first understood what you think about me. We are just husband and wife for public, but I don't want any other kind of relationship with you. Jungkook's tone suddenly became firm. His words struck your heart suddenly. Tears began welling up in your eyes. You swiftly stepped back and retreated to the bathroom. Your heart had had so much pain today that entering it any longer became difficult. You opened the tap of sink fully and began sobbing uncontrollably. The sorrow in your heart was so overwhelming that even after crying for a long time, your tears didn't stop. Jungkook didn't even listen to your words and gave his decision. But Jungkook is also right in his place. Without understanding his point of view, I had said and done so much on this day. After quite a while, when you died into your heart and came out, found Jungkook laying on the bed. Jungkook looked at you. You know your gaze to avoid Jungkook catching a glimpse of your teary eyes. You made your way towards couch. Without speaking anything, Jungkook got up and left for the bathroom, wrapping your arms around your knees and resting your forehead on them. You sat down. When Jungkook returned, seeing you in that position, he said, "Wine, come here and lay down on the bed. Then, perhaps, you'll excuse me of mistreating you." As Jungkook spoke, you looked at him, but without any argument, silently moved to a corner of the bed and stayed there. Perhaps Jungkook had fallen asleep, but sleep didn't come to you so easily. Your mind was lost in thought. I will always remember that dark night when I was running to escape the gang of my boss, who had deceived me and took me into his farmhouse and attempted to misbehave with me. I hit him on the head and ran out. They were about to catch up to me when I collided with a car and lost consciousness. It was Jungkook's car. I was injured and due to my unconscious state, he brought me to his mansion. When I regained consciousness, there was an old lady sitting in front of me, telling me she was a servant of Jungkook's family and that Jungkook was a mafia king. I had plaster on my foot, and the doctor had forbidden me from moving from the bed for 10 days. I was scared when I found out about Jungkook began a Mafia gang. The place I had escaped from was also part of the underworld gang. I became very afraid. I tried to stand up, but due to the pain, I had to sit back down. I had to stay there. My dad was already sick, and I was working for the Mafia gang to cover his medical expenses. It was extremely desperate. That's why I took that job. But I had no idea he would go this far. Jungkook used to come at night. Perhaps he get angered quickly. That's why even Granny seemed nervous whenever he came home. Granny is the old lady I mentioned earlier. She asked me to call that as Jungkook called her Granny. I was lying down when suddenly I heard a lot of dishes breaking. I got up abruptly and sat down, feeling very anxious. Much later, when Granny came, she told me that Jungkook didn't like the food, which made him angry. I did like the food here at the next day. My feet were somewhat better now, so with the help of men, I went to the kitchen and stepped the cook to prepare the meat. I didn't know when Jungkook arrived there and saw me working with the staff in the manner. Before I could notice him, he left Jungkook at dinner very quickly. Perhaps he liked the food. After that, he often started coming home in the evenings. I would usually go to the backyard in the evenings and sit there with Granny, and we used to talk with each other. Jungkook daily come to the backyard with excuse to talk to Granny, but I felt his attention was always on me. He didn't make me feel uncomfortable or ever disrespect me. Jungkook is a gentleman that I never expect from a mafia game. I got some hints from him or they just my assumption. I got nightmare of that night again. Now I was trying to sleep again. Now I was trying to sleep again when suddenly there was a knock at the door. I thought it was Granny, so I asked her to come inside. But when Jungkook entered, I was stirred. He sat opposite on the sofa. After sitting here and there for a bit, suddenly he came and sat across me on the bed. He seemed a bit drunk. I felt like my heart will stop beating from the fear I began to see was in Jungkook's place. I don't know what he was saying because I could only hear the thumping of my own heartbeat in my ears. Why, where were you lost? I've been asking you something. Until now, girls have approached me themselves, but often seen you. My heart yearned for you, and accompanied by my heart, I come to you now. I feel very lonely. I wanted to tell you my. Suddenly, Jungkook grabbed my hand. I was trembling with fear, but at the same time, his holding my hand brought me back to my senses. I didn't hear what he said. I pushed his head away and stood up, ignoring the pain in my leg due to anger. I had a feeling that all you men are the same. None of you value any girl. You want to fulfill your desires just like my employer, using my head to fulfill your wishes. With that you began yelling harsh words, not words but arrows that directly hit on his heart. At first Jungkook seemed bewildered, but then the words that came out of your mouth made him angry. Wine, be quick, Jungkook yelled in anger. Why did the truth feel bitter to you? Why are you here in my room right now? There might be other girls who would die for you, but I am not like them. I need to leave right now. I can't stay here for even a moment longer.